Borukov for sharing that. Please stay with us as we stay on this topic. Now, the Russian Defense Ministry has reported that it conducted a strike on an oil refinery supplying fuel to Ukrainian armed forces groups. This comes after Ukraine's energy ministry stated that recent Russian attacks have damaged gas transport infrastructure, and the energy ministry has also confirmed that Russian attacks on energy infrastructure in the Poltava region caused large fires. Now for this discussion, we go back to Gleb Borukov. He's an international affairs expert, joins us live from Moscow. Thank you, Gleb, for staying with us. Now, do you think, you've also mentioned in your first answer that these strikes continue and maybe they're trying to prove their how strong they are, both countries. Don't you think these continued strikes undermine the current negotiations that are ongoing? What do you think how is it affecting this current negotiation?
I actually think that these strikes are part of the negotiations because, as I mentioned before, each side is flexing its muscles. Okay, so Russia is trying to prove to the Europeans, maybe less to the Americans, but to the Europeans for sure, that it can target and efficiently identify the stockpiles of new armaments coming into the Ukraine. Because Ukraine has been quite good at hiding those flows, how they transport those munitions into the country where they stockpile. So Russia is showing to the West that it's become quite efficient in terms of identifying, targeting, and actually destroying those stockpiles. I think this is what makes the Europeans so nervous, because they are now investing quite a lot of money into replenishing those stockpiles. So every time Russia hits them, that is like hundreds of millions of dollars off the table immediately. In terms of energy infrastructure, I think in modern wars, parties tend to avoid heating the energy infrastructure normally, because there's quite a big lobby from large energy companies. When such heats occur, then one must assume that, again, this is a show of force, okay? Basically say, guys, if you don't start, moving in a certain direction, okay, we will use the last resort measure. Again, but if you look at the history of the conflict, these attacks have been relatively mild, because everyone understands that energy infrastructure is very difficult to restore.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
not really an all-out war that we're seeing. It's still a very limited, moderated conflict in a sense.
Yes. Thank you very much, Gleb, for sharing that. Please stay with us as we stay